Whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here? What is rolling, everybody? You are watching a brand new video here on the Car Boot Collectors YouTube channel. We're doing this back to back. This is being filmed immediately after my Toy Fair haul video. And yeah, I said about that Jerry Anderson mask being sealed up nicely, and I had a bit of an allergy to it. I just went and put it in my car to get it out of the way. The bag split, and I've got a load of latex dust on my hand. It feels itchy. It's not good. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know why I bought it. I do know why I bought it, but it's too cool to leave. But anyway, this is the car boot haul. Me and Callum went to the boot afterwards. A little bit of a trek out. Got there fairly late as far as it goes, but still worth going. I didn't buy a whole lot of stuff. I haven't even unpacked it, so we're just going to do it straight out of the bag. I haven't cleaned it. I haven't done anything with it. It's just fresh out of the bag. So this is Car Boot Collectors. So it's basically in reverse order because the things I bought towards the end are all in the bag. I only bought one little bag of stuff. Most of it's these big plush toys. So yeah, a whole stall there, just absolutely, literally hundreds of plush toys. Like, just I don't know why you'd have so many, and they're all fairly cheap. And there was I had a little scan over, and there was a few there that were worth having, so I pulled out a few. And we got this like life-size Brian Griffin soft toy. Like, how cool is that? Yeah, that was one of my favourite things I bought at the boot. He's literally life-size. It's like nearly 3 foot tall. So yeah, there he is. Who's like to have to dry martini around here? As he famously says all the time. There's that. That was bar. That's 50p. 50 bloody p. As long as it's not full of fleas, that was an absolute steal. And we bought a whole load more plush toys from us. We've got a couple of anime men. This was just to round up the amount. He's from My Hero Academia. They're quite clean. They're all really clean, to be fair. I don't buy plushes if they're minging the way anybody would. They've got to be clean. They can't stink. Can't be dirty. These are all really nice, really well looked after. Apart from this dirt, but that's self-inflicted. That's from some other junk in the bag. So he's from Demon Slayer. That's a Funko Pop one. I don't know who these guys are. I don't really watch anime. Or I say I don't watch anime at all. Don't know who they are. But what I do watch is the lovingly made productions by Aardman Animations. And we got these two. We got this grommet. This is made by it's a fairly old one as far as it goes. 2017. This is made by Brazier and Co. It's quite a nice grommet, quite a big grommet. And there's little feathers McGraw. Promise in a minute we're going to get some stuff that isn't plush toys. This is also made by Brazier and Co. They're both quite nice. They're both alright. Those are okay. Those are worth buying, weren't they? Surely. And we've only got a couple more plushies. Got a couple of some car boot detritus there. A couple of Sonic plushies. You've got Sonic and Amy. These are made by, I think these are Jack's. Yeah, Jack's Pacific ones. Both in quite nice condition. I'm surprised Callum didn't want those because he's a pretty big collector of Sonic stuff. He might have already had them, or he might have thought, oh, they might be full of fleas. I don't want them. No, they are clean. I joke, they're clean. And then the final three, a little bit of the memorabilia of the old football. A little bit of the old football memorabilia. I don't know what relevance these have to West Ham, but they're 3 dinosaurs that are all embellished with the West Ham logos. There's a Stegosaurus, a Triceratops, and a T-Rex. They're all newer tags. I think there's a little bit of age to these. I think they're a fair few years old. I'd guess maybe like 10, 15 years old. New with tags. West Ham dinosaurs. I don't know what the relevance is. I'm not really a football fan in any way at all. So that's those. We've got a couple of action figures, and I've got to be honest, these couldn't be any more different if you tried. We've got Cubics and Jesus Christ. So I think Cubics' arm is in it. It must be. Yeah, there we go. There he is. Cubics, Robots for Everyone. Classic TV program that I never really got into. My brother really liked it. I think I was a little bit too young for it, or maybe it was just crap. I don't know. But Cubics, Robots for Everyone. He's a robot. He's made of cubes. He turns into tanks and helicopters and stuff. His fist just keeps flying off. Yeah, quite an oddball sort of early noughties Y2K TV program. Quite collectible. The Cubics figure itself is sought after. All the other characters, not really at all. But that one and the bigger iterations of Cubics are always popular. And then Jesus. This is made by a company called Accoutrement. They're the company that make all those like Bigfoot and Benjamin Franklin action figures and Charles Dickens action figures. So that was there. And the guy, when I bought that, he was like, oh, you've got to take this as well. And it was a book called, like, it was like a children's sort of Bible book. And I was like, I don't really want that. And he was like, fine, I'll give it to someone else. So yes, please do. So yeah, an accoutrement Jesus. They're always quite popular. They're not like mega sought after. They're basically like novelty figures, really. But they're always popular. So there's that one. It did all sorts of I think that whole gimmick is it's an action figure is something you wouldn't expect to be an action figure if it wasn't obvious already. Next up, we got some soldiers. I won't dwell on these too long, but I've got a couple of pots of soldiers. These are from the same fella, actually. There should be, yeah, that was from him as well. A Star Wars Aunt Beru figure. Look! I think that's a Power of the Force, maybe a Power of the Jedi one. Aunt Beru, quite a boring figure. It's an old lady. We've got 2 tubs of soldiers. Those are 132 scale horses for Airfix Cowboys. Always worth having spares of those. And then this is a bit of a mixed box here. Airfix, Napoleonic, German, a football man. Ince. Is that Paul Ince? One of the, like, maybe 10 football players I know the name of. We've got a Shirley Viking. It's a bit broken, unfortunately. A Britain's Hong Kong Spartan. In fact, there's a few of these, actually. The Britain's Trojans. Those are the later Hong Kong issues. There are earlier ones made in the 60s by Herald. These are the later ones because they've got the plug-in bases. We've got a Corgi tractor driver. He's worth having in the spares box, isn't he, all day long. When I get a Corgi tractor missing one, he'll come out to play then. And then a whole bunch of little 172 scale Airfix figures. These are the Robin Hood Sheriff of Nottingham's men. And I've actually got the Sheriff of Nottingham Castle gift set at the moment with a bunch of these missing. So those will come in handy immediately because I need some of those. So that's really good. That's just a couple of soldiers. Nothing particularly exciting in there by any means, but some stuff that's worth picking up for me. There's another one there. It's a bootleg. It's just a generic copy. A little Wentworth jigsaw, little micro jigsaw. These are quite collectible. These are only 40-piece ones. I've said before in videos, Wentworth jigsaws are very collectible. These little micro ones, they're only 40 pieces. They're only tiny. Generally bring about £12. They're well collected. Some of the better patterns go for a bit more. We picked up these for free. A guy at the end was just literally like, oh, everything's free. I picked up these 2 jigsaws. Brain Drain, they're like novelty hard jigsaws. It's Moet and Chandon Champagne. I believe that is Champagne. They're older, they're sort of late 1980s. Some of these like gimmicky puzzles have a bit of a collector following. I thought they're new and sealed, they're free. I may as well grab them. If they're crap, they'll just go to the charity shop. And then he had a whole box of these sort of souvenir guides. I did ponder about picking up the whole box, really, but I don't really want them, so I did have a flick through. We got the West Somerset Railway official guide. That's a gift for my brother. He loves trains and railway stuff, so I figured he'd appreciate that. The illustrated guide to the RAC Tank Museum at Bovington. Again, I've got a friend who loves tanks, loves the Bovington Tank Museum. That's a gift for him. We've got 2 for the bath of my show, various years. I think it's 1970 and 1980 and 1990. Used to always go to the bath of my show. Haven't been in quite a while. And then a guide for the Osborne Smith Wax Museum in the Isle of Wight. This is an attraction I think is defunct. There's quite a big following for. I've had memorabilia for this before, like souvenirs, and they're always really popular. There's quite a big following for it in the Isle of Wight. So stuff for that generally sells quite well. It's not going to be of much value, maybe a £5 or maybe a £10. But it was worth picking up as it was nothing. Might have gone in landfill if I didn't grab it, and you can't have that happen. And then the final items. My bag is full of dirt from the soldiers and booty hay or whatever it is, grass, straw, I don't know. Final item, this was actually the first thing I picked up. We got, I think this is Atlas Editions, Mallard. I didn't really want that, but he chucked it in. And these are just like static 00 gauge train models. They're not very popular because they're static. But they are quite nice little models. And they do go. They're maybe a fiver if someone wants it. But I wanted these two. This is an Oxford diecast from their, Atlas. I think they are made by Oxford though. From their sort of Steam Fair range, the Greatest Show on Earth. That's like a little, it's a little vehicle with a flatbed trailer. These are 00 gauge scale, so that people do like these for like the track side, like the railway layout. People like these, and also the fairground stuff. Just in general is quite collectible. I've had quite a lot of it recently. I bought a big collection of these end of last year. They've gone really well. There you go, a Carter's Foden generator and low loader. So that's what that is. Put out by Atlas as part of a Part Work magazine. But I'm pretty sure these are made by Oxford Diecast. So there's that one. And then the final one, this is the final find of the boot set. It's a very, very quick one today. We've got a little train model, the Memories of Steam Evening Star, made by Britons. This is a Britons product I've never seen before. I've been moderately interested in Britain stuff for a very long time, so it's odd there's a piece I'm like, I didn't even know they made these. So it's apparently a cold cast porcelain model of the Evening Star. I haven't looked at it yet. And there it is, just a little model of the Evening Star, covered in a bit of dust, needs a good clean, but it looks in nice condition. Yeah, made by bloody Britons. What are they doing making this for? Really odd. A Britain's collectible, but it's also made by Ertl. So yeah, this is probably like mid-90s when they were making a lot of junk. Very odd though. It's quite an odd scale as well, because it's a lot smaller than 00 gauge, but it's a lot bigger than N gauge. So it's sort of in the middle somewhere. Not that it's static, but yeah, resin, cold cast porcelain, I think it said. So there's that, the Evening Star, and that's it. That's the booty haul. I didn't buy much today. Oh no, there's one more thing, and it's also railway related. A little mug for the Euro Tunnel, made with genuine clay from the Channel Tunnel. A little bit of railway memorabilia. I like studio pottery. I like this sort of thing. And with the like railway connection, I thought there'd be someone out there that will like to own that, have it on display with their Eurostar models potentially. So yeah, that's it. That's the booty haul. Hardly anything from the car boot today. I hardly spent a few quid, literally. But yeah, check out the Toy Fair video that will go up before this one, because I've got some nice stuff there. We've got some more videos coming up soon. This has been quite a lazy video, I'll admit it, but it's content nonetheless. It's a video. If I don't film it now, I just won't. I'll get on and clean this stuff up and start listing it, and then some of it will go, and then I won't make a video. So if I don't do it now, there won't be one. So anyway, thank you for watching. That's Car Boot Collectors. Stay tuned, subscribe for more car booty content, and we'll see you on the flip side.